Hi, my name is Jenny. Welcome to my channel, JK Star E-Reader. Today I am doing a Friday Reads. That's right, it's a Friday Reads from me and I have a stack of books I want to talk about. And so don't mind me with my sunburned lip. It looks worse than it actually is. So yeah, here goes the video. The first book I have to show you, it is The Underground Railroad by Colson Whitehead. So I got a chance to see Colson Whitehead in person, and he was promoting his new book, The Crooked Manifesto. I decided to go back to the books that I already had by him, and this is the one that I have to read next. I have already read two other books by this author. The first one was Zone 1, which is a zombie novel. And the second one I read was The Intuitionist, which is set in 1950s New York, as focusing on a female elevator inspector. So yeah, so I decided to go ahead and read The Underground Railroad, and this I put it on my TBR at the beginning of the month, and it's already past the halfway mark, so I had to get going with this. Colson Whitehead's The Underground Railroad. Next, I have another book to show you, and this one is... Oh, I can't read it. There it is, Under a Silent Moon by Elizabeth Haynes. So this is a British crime novel that I've held on to for a number of years. I got it at the bargain table where they advertised 3 for $10 or something like that. And so I've held on this for a while, and I decided this is the perfect time to read it. And so I'll read what it says on the back cover to give you a better sense of what the book is about. So here it goes. It says, as DCI Louisa Smith and her team gather evidence over the course of the next 6 days, they discover a shocking link between the two cases, a bond that sealed these women's terrible fates one cold night under a silent moon. In this first entry in this promising procedural series, Elizabeth Haynes interweaves fictional primary source materials, police reports, phone messages, interviews, and multiple character viewpoints to create a sexy, edgy, and compulsively readable tale of murder, mystery, and unsettling suspense. So yeah, that's Under a Silent Moon by Elizabeth Haynes. Next, I have another book that I have already started this week. This book is The Rebellious Tide by Eddie Bodell Tan. So this is my library book pick of the week, and so far it is an interesting story about a young man leaving his small town in Quebec, Canada, to sail on a ship, and he's there as a photographer. So yeah, it's still early in my reading of this book, so I had to see where the adventure goes. So yeah, The Rebellious Tide by Eddie Bodell Tan. Next, I have another book, and this is my non-fiction book of the week. This one is The Elvis Reader, edited by Kevin Kwan, and the subtitle is Texts and Sources on the King of Rock and Roll. So this is a collection of articles on Elvis Presley over the years, collected in one volume. And so this is a text that was published back a while ago, I believe. Let's see. It was published in 1992. So yeah, a few decades already. And so that means this is an older collection of music journalism that I've been meaning to gather around. With the announcement of Graceland changing hands and being passed on to a new generation, I decided this is a good time to go back to these older articles that have been written on Elvis Presley. So yeah, The Elvis Reader, Texts and Sources on the King of Rock and Roll, edited by Kevin Kwan. Another book that I have from the library and is one I want to make progress on this week, and this one is The Star Daughter by Sweta Dakar. So yeah, I started this over the last week or so, but I haven't made much progress yet. And I looked online on my the books that are due back at the library, and I see someone has already have it on hold. So that means I had to read it quickly before it is due back at the library. So yeah, this book, it says in the inside flap, it says, "If the night sky holds many secrets, it holds Chantal Mystery's secret the closest. A secret that explains why her hair is the silver of starlight, or why some nights the stars call Chantal by name. Stars like her mother, who returned to her place in the constellation Pusha years ago. Since that day, Chantal has been forced to hide. But as her 17th birthday draws near, the pull from the sky is growing stronger. So strong that Chantal loses control, and a flare of starfire burns her human father, an injury only a full star's blood can heal." So I guess this story has some folklore elements to it, and it is a YA title set in outer space. So and partly on Earth itself. So Star Daughter by Sweta Dakar. Next, I have another book that I have been meaning to get around to, and this one is Practical Magic by Alice Hoffman. I've been holding on to this novel for a few years now, and now that there is a new book by this author that was released this past week, I've decided this is a good time to read this book. I read a couple other books by this author before, but I haven't read any of the Practical Magic books, so yeah, this is a great place to start. So Alice Hoffman's Practical Magic. And one more book to show you, and this book is my ebook of the week. This one is Lost and Wanted by Nell Freudenberger. So I had to look at the number of ebooks that I have already started, and this one is the one that I am furthest along. I am almost to the halfway point, and I decided this is the time to get back into it again. And so reading this, there is a story involved with a college of physicists who is reminded always of her former roommate who passed away unexpectedly. And throughout the book, there is discussion of the various areas and topics of study in physics at the university level, and they are mentioned. Different areas of study are mentioned throughout the book to make it seem like it's a natural part of conversation and the narrative, even though, and it is intriguing enough for me to actually pick up a book of physics to read and see what they are about. So yeah, Lost and Wanted by Nell Freudenberger. Okay, that's it for me for this week. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again next time. Bye!